Hey there, I'm Liz, and today we're talking about the second pillar in the 4 pillars of a Groovy Happy You lifestyle. The first is to eliminate assholes ethically. The second, today's, is how to heal your own assery. And the third pillar is fill your cup. And the fourth pillar is share from that flow of abundance. All right, that's the 4 pillars. To review, you can go back, any of them. Today's lesson, how to heal your own assery. And Lordy, I got assery. I wasn't born with it. I was a cute, cuddly thing like everybody else, but I got my assery. Ooh, caffeine. So, healing from my own assery looks like a major breakup with all of the systems that told me I wasn't cute and lovable and adorable and chose to not nurture me and feed me a lot of bullshit crap. Okay, maybe that's not the right way to go about this. Let's try another way. Healing my own assery looks like breaking free of the systems that do not sustain nor support me. And like me, they don't sustain or support humanity. They benefit just a very few individuals, and that's about it. So it's a breakup party. Healing your own assery is a breakup party. Break out the balloons, bring in the flowers, let's have some fun. Let's back up just a little bit. One more addition to that part of it. So there are voices in your head that are not, clinically diagnosable, but they're a problem. They're not yours. They're the shoulds, the coulds, the why aren't yous, the critical voice is not yours. It's not your best friends. It's not your nurturing person in your life. It's just bullshit crap. This is about breaking up with that. Got it? Okay. This is about peace and freedom. That's what healing your assery is about. Okay. 3 points to this. 3 points to this. The first, question authority, even you. And I forgot the second. Let's try this again. 3 points to this. Question authority, stop the insanity, and the third is get real. That's the parts for healing your assery. And I got my cheat sheets today because otherwise I'll go off on a tangent and it might take me forever to get back. It's happened. It will happen again. Okay, less tangerines, less, but those are fun, I know. Back to this. All right, it's breaking it down. Question authority. Questions are good. They are a litmus test. If somebody is upset with you for questioning, that's a red flag, an absolute red flag. They are not on your side. They are giving you bullshit and lies, or maybe they don't even understand the systems and they just want you to shut up and do the things that they want you to do. However it looks, if people are upset with you questioning, red flag. Question everything, everyone, and especially authority. Okay, I suppose I should go back to my notes. Breaking down questioning authority even further. All right, so definitely question yourself. You have a head full of voices that are not yours, and you have a lifetime of pre programming, again, not yours, maybe doesn't have your best interest at heart. So question yourself, and especially question patriarchy, capitalism, even religion. I mean, question everything. Hmm. Do you ever have one of those teachers that got upset with you for questioning them in class? My guess is they were not your favorite teacher. They weren't mine. Many of the teachers that I had, though, because they were groovy teachers, and I tended to go to some fairly good schools and discerned pretty quickly who the good ones are and who the bad ones were. And that was long before those little rate your teacher guides. But anyways, teachers who accept and encourage questioning, they value the fact that you are learning, to discern for yourself. And that has been missing from education for decades. I might have been one of the last ones of the tail end of the baby boomers to go through this. But we live by the motto, question authority. That's just a little groovy hippie phrase. Along with those questions is learning how to ask better questions. So, what do better questions look like? Better questions look like getting you to a solution. Better questions look like, why does this not feel right? Ooh, your brain's going to fill that answer in. This might look like, is this sustainable? Again, listen to the answers. How can I do this with fun and joy and groovy vibes? And your brain will fill that one in as well. So ask better questions, you'll get better results every time. Second part, stop the insanity. There is such insanity everywhere. I don't know about you, but I have been tasked of having to do two jobs that two people were doing prior to me, and they were wanting me and expecting me to do it all by myself, and they didn't even want to pay me for additional effort and they just wanted to save themselves some money. And it's been going downhill that way since Reaganomics. Absolutely. It's ridiculous how many people are trying to do the job of two, three, and more people with just themselves. Jobs that just 20 years ago required a lot more people to do in the same amount of time. So that is insanity. Absolutely. There's a lot of bullshit insanity in the world right now. So again, those turd bombs, step cautiously, folks. Step cautiously. Money. It's a limited resource. There's only so much of it, and there's not enough of it. Bullshit. That's another one of those lies. There is enough. There is not enough to sustain the greedy, but there is enough to sustain a world economy. There is enough to sustain everybody, but not the greedy. So, again, disentangling yourself from this lifetime of lies, that's where healing your Assery is about. Wherever you're tangled up, how can you get untangled? Those are the questions you want to begin asking yourself. How can you untangle yourself? Right. Health. How's yours? Do you have access to health? Do you have access to doctors and medicines? Do you agree with the doctors and the medicines that they're throwing at you? Are you on medicines for the side effects of medicines? That's a slippery slope. I don't mean to become I we need to look at better ways. We don't need to throw a pill at it. Your body is telling you something if it is in ill health. That needs to be addressed, and it oftentimes does not involve throwing a pill at it. Oftentimes it's your soul and your body saying, hey, we're not in alignment. We're not in alignment with our values. We're not in alignment with sustainability. And people will tell you that you're at fault. You're the one that's to blame. You're not doing enough. You need to do more. Again, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You are doing enough. You are enough. You don't need to do more. In all likelihood, you need to be doing less, or at least more of what sustains and fills you. We'll get to that one later on. Or we can start to dive in now. What about your needs and desires? Are you able to access any of that? Do you have some time? Do you have the health to put in some of those parts into your lifestyle? If you don't, that again is trying to do what others are demanding of you, and it's not sustainable. It's feeding that greedy system. I've got wandering bees today because I had a swarm. I had to take out my hummingbird feeders, and now they're like, why did you take those out? They hate me. This is an interesting one that came up for me a while back. I think I was in my late 40s when this one hit. But do you know the difference between a need and a want? With all the media and propaganda and commercialism out there, it's hard for us to know the difference. You need sleep, you need rest, you need nutritious food, you need access to health. If you aren't having access to health and you're not earning a sustainable wage, and by that, let's get real for a moment about your self-worth and self-esteem. If you're not earning a sustainable wage and have the same access as the CEO of your company and the same discernible free time that you can engage in activities that bring you joy, there's a problem there, a big one. That means that you are undervalued by them, and by buying into that system and accepting that, you're losing credibility to your own spirit and soul. You are not connecting and valuing yourself if you are not able to sustain and live sustainably. It's harsh. Yeah. That's where most of us are these days. When we finally do get to retirement, we feel all used up. Oftentimes we are used up. We don't just feel it, we are. It's not in our imaginations. By continually living unsustainably, you're diminishing your sense of value and your sense of self-worth. And that's going to impact your health. It's going to impact everything in your life. You are not free. You're essentially enslaved. And how does that feel? If your sense of self-worth is in the deep muck and myrrh, you're not alone. You're in pretty good company. That's the majority of us these days. And the solution is unity, community. We're not each other's enemies. We are each other's solutions. The systems that are keeping us enslaved and impoverished and unsustainable, that's the part that's our enemy. And that sounds rather harsh because I want to be all about peace, love, groovy, all those fun vibes, but it's kind of harsh right now. And it's time to take it back. And it doesn't have to be hard. It can be a lot easier, but again, that's going to be a subject for another day. You're not crazy. You're not fucked up. You've been living under crazy and fucked up conditions. You've been conditioned to accept that as okay, as your lot. And that is a big, huge lie. So, healing your Assery is about listening to the voice that says, no, this isn't right. No, this is not sustainable. Why am I on medication? Because I'm exhausted? What in my life is leading to that exhaustion? Those roads, that cycle of thought is not the crazy part. That is you getting sane and living in a sane manner. You're not going to be able to, click your heels and wave your magic wand and leave all the systems behind at one time. But again, get better with the questions and ask, in what ways can I begin changing that will serve my spirit and my soul and my sustainability better? Mm-hmm. The big break comes from not living somebody else's greedy ass values, but choosing your own values, choosing you. You're not lazy. You're not any of those harsh words. That's the systems telling you. Live your values, live your own goals, not the I need $1,000,000 before I turn 65 or whatever the new rule is. Live by your own values. Get as close to those as you possibly can and continue to work forward towards those. Live your life with purpose. Your purpose, not somebody else's. Your purpose. You are a purpose. You are a living, breathing purpose. You don't need to go find it. It is within you. You need to cut the chatter, break up with the chatter, turn off the social media, turn off the TV, turn off the whatever, disengage in however you can. Find your quiet voice. Find a loving, tender voice. You are enough. Any illness, any pushback, those are the broken systems that are breaking you. Disengage. When you heal your Assery, you become more at peace and at ease. And that's the foundation for Groovy Happy You. It's part of the 4 pillars. Okay, here's a few ways that you can get started. I like journaling. It helps me get in touch with the voice. It's in my brain. It's in my brain, goes down my arm. Sometimes it's other people's words, but I can recognize it easier somehow when I'm journaling. I like journaling. Get therapy. Oh my God, I hope you have access to therapy. It is a game changer. You had God knows how many people feeding you bullshit lines. It might take a little help getting all of those lines untangled. So an outside of support system is wonderful. Therapy is great. If you don't have therapy, do friends, do animals, whatever. Question the sources of information that you're receiving. So everything seems to be sided one way or another, trying to divide and conquer us. Don't be part of that process. Your inner voice knows. Dial it in. Unite with others. That's a good place to be. Community. I know there's a lot of people wanting to get away from the world and off-grid living and all that fun stuff, but there's strength in numbers and strength in community. Work on establishing some of those. The systems don't want us to unite. They want to feed us bullshit and keep us angry and hurtful to one another. And even religions are doing that nowadays. So if your religion is wanting you to hate other groups, then you're not in a religion, you're in a cult. We evaluate, go back to what your value systems are. And if they hate, you might want to really look at some of that. But hate's not the answer. When I was in some really deep and focused therapy, and I was feeling frustrated because it was dawning on me that my illness wasn't caused by me. Well, in some ways it was. My illness was not the result of my choices. My illness was where I was trying to align and live in a society that had a completely different value and structurals. They wanted me to hate. They wanted me to work my ass to the ground. They wanted to wear me out and use me up. They wanted everything they could wring out of me. And when I started getting well and having part of that process was I did take some medications. And it really pissed me off that I was, yes, having to get therapy, having to spend time healing from the abusive situation of society norms. And also, once I kind of started putting that together, it became a lot easier to say, that ain't me, that's on them. That's not mine, that's on them. And by them, it was whoever them was that was harming me. When I chose to break free of that, that's when peace and freedom really kicked in a whole lot better. So here's wishing you the best. And the next section will be on, no, not the four corners of the round table. Let's see, the next section will be on, filling your cup. That should be a fun one. So again, those 4 pillars are, what are those 4 pillars? Oh. 4 pillars. 1, no assholes. 2, heal your assery. 3, fill your cup. 4, share from the abundance of flow. Peace and love.